This is the south side of the house. This used to be co-chute. There's two of them on the south side next to each other. And I managed to put aluminum framing around them in order to put storm windows in, but the seal still isn't very tight. And it's about a 1 by 2 foot entrance. And it makes a perfect candidate to bring in solar heat from outside of the house. There's two of them side by side, and here's where I built a box solar heater around the second one, and it's just a wooden box, plywood back, has reflective heat shade for cars. I'm using that there to try and increase the efficiency. Here's the window. Half of it will be the exhaust from the heater going into the house. Down here is the box. That's the house air coming out. It will flow down around the absorber and come up and be drawn into the house. I've tried using the solar batteries to drive DC fans. I'm having problems with the ones that are mounted inside the heater. So I'm trying to mount a second solar battery up on top, trying to work out how to get these to work. As part of the construction, in order to gather data, I've put thermometers at the bottom, which will be the air coming into the solar heater. Another thermometer up here which lays against the vinyl surface of the absorber, and it will give the surface temperature of the absorber. And this third thermometer will tell the temperature that's being sucked into the house, the air temperature. There's quite a difference. Most times the air temperature here is 100, and this surface temperature can get up to 134. To hang the vinyl absorber, I have wooden blocks on each side. It will be on a 1 by 2, and it will just sit down in there. Simple install. And then the thermometer will be sitting on the vinyl. Same thing on the bottom. Have a simple with it'll sit there, or it can accommodate it sitting flat, depending upon how it mounts. So we'll mount that solar absorber. I've mounted the solar absorber. The box is 3 by 5, so that'll give me 15 square feet of heat. And from the southern windows, which are 3 by 5, that's got me started on this solar heat during the winter. And so you can see the absorber is just hanging. It's two pieces, just wrapped around a 1 by 2, hanging down. Here it's just hanging over this odd place I couldn't get. Had to jerry rig something, but there's a little bit more heat there, 1 by 2 foot. So now we'll seal this up. To seal it up around the edges, the trick is to try and get it airtight. I have about a 1/2 inch of sponge foam, more sponge foam for where the lid top hits to try and seal it, and more foam on the bottom all the way around the perimeter. And on the lid, the cover, the window, corrugated works best because the corrugation adds strength, but you have problems with the corrugation allowing air in. So I cut 1-inch foam strips to fit in between the down corrugations, taped it with Scotch tape in order to seal that, and it works very well. On the end, this flange hangs over, and that's what this here wood part hangs over, and that will be flush against the side of the box. Try and get it airtight. So now we'll mount the lid. Now I have the lid on. One solar panel for driving the fans is mounted on the top outside. The second one is still on the inside. I'm trying to work that problem out. And the lid just attaches in the corners with screw to the frame and to the middle there. So there's just 6 screws holding this panel on. First time this year. We'll see how it works. Inside the house, this is my hobby room. The heater exhausts into here. It's a sunny day today, so we're going to remove the window. And we'll take and zoom in here so you can see the entrance and the exit from the box heater. Here is one set of fans driven by a solar battery. Here's a second set of fans on the intake to the solar heater, driven by another solar battery. And I do have to cheat and use a regular household electric fan, just a small one here. On really sunny days and the heat's up, I need to boost the air circulating in the heater. I'll use this fan. So let's zoom out and we'll show you the install procedure. So here's a simple box. That's to go through the windowsill, separate the intake and the exhaust, and then to create a funnel, I have to do some little jerry rigging here. Put a top up here, lower side, right side, going into the windowsill, and I have them flared out so that there's reduced airflow coming in, give it more incentive to exhaust the solar heater to exhaust into the room. Here's the air intake. You'll just separate the intake from the exhaust of the solar heater. I have a box, the side out, so the air will come in and come in and go into the heater. And that just simply slides up to there. Now we're ready to go for the day. February 12th, got some snow to help reflect sunlight into the solar heater. Here's the box heater. Temperature's 30, you can see your breath. Take some temperature check on a typical solar heater day. The outside temperature is currently at 12 o'clock. It's almost 40 degrees. Back out. Air coming into the solar heater at the bottom is about 80 degrees. The surface temperature on the vinyl, sun shining on it, is 100 degrees, a little bit more. The air temperature going into the house is 100 degrees. Inside the box heater, venting into the house, solar fans are driving here, bringing the hot air in. Cold air is in here, fan's taking it out. Here's a thermometer, it's been sitting here, and it is almost 100 degrees. Bring it in so you block the sunlight so you can see. The camera doesn't like direct sunlight. That's the temperature of the air coming in. Now that's not the room temperature, that's just the supply source. Would be nice would be that, but it isn't. That's the supply source, and it helps to maintain the room temperature throughout the day.